Jennifer Garner is suddenly introducing hers and Ben Affleck's kids to new family's children. Hello lovely YouTube family. Welcome back to Hollywood Hits. In today's videos we are going to talk about Jennifer Garner is suddenly introducing hers and Ben Affleck's kids to new family's children. Before we start, I would want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Ben Affleck and Matt Damon first met when they were kids in Massachusetts, and their decades-long relationship has become one of Hollywood's longest and most famous friendships. Damon and Affleck first became friends when their mothers introduced them. Damon's was a professor of childhood education and Affleck's was a school teacher. At the time, Affleck was 8 years old and Damon was 10. As the two lived a couple of blocks away from each other in Cambridge, Massachusetts, they spent plenty of time together as children, and they also attended the same high school. The pair shot to stardom with their 1997 movie Good Will Hunting, which starred Damon as the title character and featured Affleck as Will's best friend. The movie went on to receive acclaim, and the pair won an Academy Award for co-writing the movie's screenplay. In addition to this accomplishment, the two pals have consistently supported and encouraged each other over the course of their lives. Their friendship was cemented after Affleck defended Damon in a fight. While on Conan in 2019, Damon shared that he once been on the verge of getting beaten up by a bigger kid. At the last second, a school-age Affleck tackled this dude off of me. Like, out of nowhere. For Damon, Affleck hadn't only spared him from a fight, he'd cemented their friendship. I remember that was a big moment. Like, this guy will put himself in a really bad spot for me. This is a good friend. They also came through for each other by defending their choice to pursue acting careers to parents who, given the low odds of success in the entertainment industry, were understandably worried. Affleck began acting at a young age, as a family friend was a casting director and introduced him to the industry. But Damon helped his friend become serious about the craft. Affleck explained to Parade magazine in 2007, "Before Matt, I was by myself. Acting was a solo activity where I'd just go off and do something, act in a little TV show or something, and no one understood it. None of the other kids knew what it was I did, how it worked, or anything. All of a sudden I had this friend, Matt, and he gets it and wants to do it and thinks it's interesting and wants to talk about it. Soon both of us are doing it." The pair held business lunches in high school to plan their future. Damon has said that filmmaking became a shared pursuit for the two friends. "We were both in love with the same thing, acting and filmmaking. I think we fed on each other's obsession during really formative, important years and that bonded us for life," Damon told ET Online. According to Damon's brother, the two were drama geeks in high school. During high school, they shared what they called business lunches to work on plans for the future, and as teens, they sometimes traveled together for auditions in New York City. When it was time to head to college, Harvard University for Damon, and initially the University of Vermont for Affleck, the two remained close. Affleck once explained in Interview magazine, "Matt and I had identical interests, so whether we ended up successful or making hot dogs at Dodgers games, we knew we'd end up doing the same sort of thing." The remaining friends part was pretty consistent. "We saw each other all the time. We talked on the phone all the time. When they both left school to try to make it as actors, they often lived together." Early on, Damon and Affleck would pool their incomes. Damon and Affleck did more than encourage each other to act. They were there for one another financially. Ben Affleck and I actually had a joint bank account, and the bank account was money that we'd made doing local commercials, and we could only use it on trips to New York to audition, Damon said on CNN in 2011. He has stated that this attitude was only natural, as their friendship had always followed those rules. If one kid had enough for a candy bar, then the candy bar was bought and split in half. That's just the way it's been, he explained to Interview. After they'd moved on from being kids shooting commercials to trying to survive on their own as struggling actors, Damon and Affleck still pooled incomes. If one got a role, that money was available to the other until the next part came in. With the success of Good Will Hunting, they were able to put that training into practice. The two started a production company and created the reality show Project Greenlight to provide aspiring filmmakers with the opportunity to see their projects become reality. The pair knows how to have fun through life's highs and lows. Growing up, Damon and Affleck had fun playing Little League or Dungeons & Dragons. In later years, they'd hang out in Harvard Square. When they were older, Damon has revealed they usually end up at the same bar every night with the same people, telling the same old jokes. The pair also enjoyed their time as struggling actors. Those times were fun, Affleck told People. "We had a great time. We were young. We didn't have the kinds of fears that you have when you get into your 40s if you haven't gotten to where you want to go. We were in our 20s and we just had a blast." And being successful Hollywood stars hasn't kept the two from indulging in the same kind of camaraderie. In a video to raise money for a charity that offered the chance for someone to go on a best friend double date with them, Damon teased his friend, "Ben Affleck's left eye twitches every time you say the word jiggly." This was a reference to the 2003 movie, co-starring Jennifer Lopez, whose romance with Affleck received non-stop tabloid attention, that became a notorious flop. In the same video, Affleck noted how incredibly short Matt Damon is. In 2016, Affleck smuggled Damon onto the set of Jimmy Kimmel Live, in defiance of the humorous feud between Kimmel and Damon. That's all for today. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so that you never miss any amazing video from us.